Got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Jets and the Baltimore Ravens. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go.
Jackson on first down. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
To throw again on second down. Jackson, and incomplete.
That's just flat out a terrific play, because it's rare that you see a hitch route batted down. That means someone read that one really well and was right on the spot when the ball got to the receiver.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. First carry now for Justice Hill, and he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb, because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. That one complete to Hill. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Check. Crunch.
To throw is Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Ready? 15 on it. Me and you all day. I'm coming out.
Back to the ground. It's Hill. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. And he probably should have given that one off, as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. First and second down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. From the gun, it's Jackson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. Then he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Here we go, son. I'm here all day. I'm here all day. Kill, kill, kill.
Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell, working his way for a gain of 7 to the 26.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now the first carry for Bryce Love. And down inside the 15 he goes. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Jet first down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only they're controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon.
Choose the mic right here, over there, right? 50, choose the mic. Here we go, here we go.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Mike, 52. Come on, baby, come on, let's go. Watch the safety creep, man, hey. Get wide.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. So 1st and 2nd down went the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13.
Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Check. Flare.
On 3rd down, here's Love. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. We're scoreless after 1. And his kick is good. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal. So maybe now the mentality changes in this game, because anytime you get to the red zone and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Justice Hill with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, and the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Let's go outside. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. He'll have a first down past the 40. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 41 yards.
That's a real nice job right there. Working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there.
Hey, Alpha. Begin. Check 52. On 3.
On first down, Darnold. That's complete. It's Bell. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two. Two minutes gone by, 2nd quarter.
Check 53 is mine. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Check 9. Man, 80. 22 jet bomber.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, it's Bell. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And this one is right down the middle. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
3 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 34-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Jackson. He's going to look deep down the field. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. Takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Watch Mike. Alrighty. Let's go. Shit. Check. Lucky. Check.
They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
First down, Jets.
They'll run it with Bell. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Watch 52. Young lady. Hey, tight. Hey, Mark 52. Let's go.
On 2nd and 11 now. Darnold. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math. They did it well, and it works for them.
Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52. I got it. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it.
A first down throw, Darnold. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. To the air again, Darnold. Man open, that's Kiki QT, complete. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. It'll be Love to try and get the first. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. Now the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate, in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals, because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
At the 32-yard line.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Kill.
They'll go again with Bell. Bell sheds him off. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now, after the run by Bell, here's another 1st and 10.
Watch the slant, watch the slant.
Going to give this time to the tailback. Bell sheds him off. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
It's funny, partner. Le'Veon Bell, when he came out of Michigan State, when I go back and look at my analysis of him and what my grades were for him, thought he was a big-time player, great potential, but I didn't know we were going to get this player. I was used to a big, solid, thick running back, but now I've got a full package, a guy who can do everything, as we just saw there, including breaking tackles.
But at the time, 2nd-round pick in 2013, some people probably wishing they'd taken him in the 1st. Here's a run on 1st down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the Ravens' 40-yard line.
We're going to start. 53, check 53. It's a party now. It's a party now. Jim, PSA.
Now they try the right side here. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2. Now a handoff here to his running back. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That's good for a Jet 1st down, a gain of 13.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now Bell. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line to hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
53, Mike. Oh, here we go. Oh, check 99. Check 99. Here we go. Check him out. Check the call.
Again, it's Bell. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. This is Bell. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
So out comes the field goal team once more.
This kick is good. And that will push the lead up to 12-7. So making 4 out of 4 now in the field goal department, and he's able to extend their lead.
When drives have bogged down, he's been automatic out there. So nice to have a kicker you can count on to put points on the board.
This will be taken very short. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
He's got daylight. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Justice Hill, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens have retaken the lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
And he is into the end zone again, so get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the 2-point conversion for good measure. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
To put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Darnold now to throw. On the catch, it's Crowder. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down. Back now in Baltimore. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Ready? X3, 218, chopper.
Here's a throw out wide to Anderson. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
On 2nd down now, it's Bell, and he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. The Jets on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll keep it on the ground. Bell. And the lane closes quickly for Bell, and he did not make it.
This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. A big pickup there. 20 yards as they convert on fourth. Darnold now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Bell. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. Check 3. Check 3. 6 sticks. Pull it high. Check. Lady. Check.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Bell, able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. The shotgun snap for Darnold. That is caught by Anderson for a Jets touchdown. Robbie Anderson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jets have once again taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They got a shot.
On the ground with Hill to begin the drive. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set them back for 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Jackson. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for.
Check 6.
They're going on fourth down. It's Jackson. Now a death. Oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams.
And that one, oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
Here's Bell. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. Pilot, 64, weak.
Here's Bell. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. And this one is right through. And that'll make this a 7-point game. So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of...
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. They'll look to throw. They set up the screen to Hill. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down.
No timeout. You got to go quick here.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here. After 1st and 2nd down went backwards, it's 3rd and very long. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss, but with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson, escaping the pressure right. And he goes out right around the 39. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. He's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The safety, Jamal Adams, able to break that one up.
He was covered by Jamal Adams.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. One last shot for Jackson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Jets, they'll finish the first half of the schedule dead even at 4-4. And they'll have another road date next week with the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they'll fall to 5-3 with a loss. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Heinz Field to take on the Steelers.